Good morning Year 5, welcome to your first maths lesson of this week. We are going to do one more lesson on multiplication, following on from last week. And today you are going to have another quiz, 10 question recap questions on teams. But first of all, we're going to go through a few questions together, just because we've had the weekend and just so we can refresh our memories of how to do both short and long multiplication. Let's start with some total recall first. So, can you use your multiples of 10 and 100 links to answer these questions? So what is 3 times 12? Work out the answer. So what would 30 times 12 be? What is 5 times 9? Work out the answer. What would 5 times 90 be? And what's 6 times 7? Work out the answer. And so what would 60 times 70 be? Quickly pause the video and just have a go at those in your books. Okay, let's have a look at the answers all together then. So 3 times 12, we can work that one out. We know our 3 times table. 3 times 12 is 36. Now, our 3 has been times by 10 to get to 30. So now we have 30 times 12. So that means our answer will also be 10 times bigger. So our answer will be 360. Imagine our 3 has moved up a place value into the tens and put a placeholder on. The same has happened to our answer. 5 times 9 then. We know our 5 times table really well. 5 times 9 is 45. So this time our 9 has been moved up a place value, multiplied by 10 to become 90. So what's 5 times 90 going to be? It's going to be 450. 10 times the previous answer. And we're putting that placeholder on the end. And then finally 6 times 7. So I know 5 times 7 is 35. So to work out 6 times 7 I need to add another 7 on. So that's going to be 42. But this time both my 6 and my 7 have been multiplied by 10. So I've got 2 extra placeholders here. So what do you think the answer is going to be? It's not going to be 420. It's going to be 4,200, because both of our answers have been multiplied by 10. So that means altogether our overall answer is going to be multiplied by 100. So well done if you got those. On to today's lesson then. I'm going to start by modelling 2 short multiplication questions. I'm then going to move on to some long multiplication. But let's start with our short multiplication first. So I'm going to complete 327 times 4 and 4,856 times 7. And I'm going to model these in my book. So today on your Teams test you will have 10 questions, but you'll need to work them out in your book first, like I'm going to do now. And then you are going to have to input the answer onto the computer. So let's start with 327. So first of all, I know this is how you're going to see the questions on the computer, but you need to put them into a column method. So I know I need to put 327 first, multiplied by 4. My 4 is 1-digit number, so it's going to go into the units, or the ones column. I'm then going to underline 2 lines. There we go. So starting in that ones column, 7 multiplied by 4, I know, is 28. But I need to regroup or exchange the 28. So I need to write it smaller and below the tens column. Then I move on to 2 times 4, which is 8. But I need to add this 2 on now that I've exchanged. So 8 add 2 is 10. I need to regroup or exchange the 1 and put in the 0 for 10. And then I'm going to cross this off so I know that I've used it and I'm not going to use it again. 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. add the 1 is 13. And I'm going to put my 13 straight in because I've got no other numbers to multiply. So my answer is 1308. Let's have a look at another short multiplication example. This time I'm going to multiply 4 digits by 1 digit. So obviously short multiplication is just when we're multiplying by 1 digit numbers. Again, I can't work it out like this, so I need to put my calculation into a column method. So 4,856 multiplied by 7. I'm going to do my 2 lines with a ruler. And once again, I'm going to start in the ones column. 6 times 7, so we just did that one in our starter, in our total recall, so I know 5 times 7 is 35, add another 7 on, 42. So I'm going to exchange the 40 and put in the 2. 5 times 7, I've just said that, 35, but now I need to add on my 4, 39. Regroup the 30, put in the 9, cross out the 4 because I've used it. 8 times 7. So I know 6 times 7 is 42. So 7 times 7 is 49. And 8 times 7 is 56. I can also remember my rhyme of 5, 6, 7, 8. 56 as 7 eighths. Sorry, I nearly said that the wrong way round then. So 8 times 7 is 56. Add the 3 is 59. Regroup the 50, put in the 9, cross out the 3. 4 times 7, 4 times 7, so 2 lots of 7 is 14, and I'm going to double that so I get to 28. Add on the 5 is 33. Again, I've got no other numbers to multiply, so I'm going to put my 33 straight in. My answer is 33,992. So that is your short multiplication. Multiplying a 2, a 3 or a 4 digit number by a 1 digit number. So you should only have 1 line of answers in your formal method. And you need to write it out like this to work it out. You can't work it out in your head because something might just go a little bit wrong. Let's look at some long multiplication now. So I'm going to start with a 2 by 2 digit number. Now this is where we really need to listen when we're multiplying our 2 digit number. So same as before, I need to put this into a column method. So 43 multiplied by 26, and this time I'm not going to draw 2 lines, I'm going to draw 4 lines because I'm going to have a lot of answers to work out. So I'm going to draw 4 lines ready. Just like before, I'm going to start with my ones column. I'm going to, on my second number, I'm going to start by multiplying the number that is in the ones column. So I'm going to pretend that this 20 isn't here at the moment. 6 times 3 I know is 18, so I need to regroup the 10, and I'm going to do it really small because in a minute I'm going to be writing another number in here, so I need to make it really clear and cross this out in a minute when I've used it. So 6 times 3 is 18, regroup the 10 and put in the 8. Now I'm still multiplying this number in the ones column, but now I'm doing it just like before, 6 times 4. So 6 times 4 is 24, add on the 1 is 25, and I've got nothing to multiply afterwards, so I'm going to put in my 25 complete and then cross out that 1 so I know I've used it and I don't get confused in a minute. So far I have done, I'm going to put it aside so you know, 6 times 43. 6 times 43. Now I need to move to the tens column, and I'm going to multiply using this number, but it's not 2 times 43. We have to remember that this 2 is in the tens column, so it's equal to 20 times 43. So that's what answer is going to be on this line, 20 times 43. Now, so my answer isn't wrong, and I'm not just doing 2 times 43, because it is 10 times bigger, it's actually 20, I need to put that placeholder of 0 in. Remember that Total Recall, when our answers were 10 times bigger, it had that 0 placeholder on the end. So I need to put that in straight away. And some of you are still forgetting to do that, and that is the key part of long multiplication. So put that 0 in when you're multiplying the tens column, because it's 20, not 2. So now I can now treat it as 2 because I've put the placeholder in. Okay, so 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times 4 is 8. That's a nice simple one. And now what I have to do is add these two answers together, because I've basically partitioned it. 6 times 43 and 20 times 43, and I need to add them together to get what 26 times 43 is. So 8 add 0 is 8, 5 add 6 is 11, and 2 add 8 is 10, plus the 1 is 11. So my answer is 1118. Let's look at another 2 by 2 digit one. So this time I have 75 multiplied by 89. Putting it into a column method again, making sure my place value is lined up correctly. And because I'm doing long multiplication, 2 by 2 digit, I'm going to draw 4 lines this time, not 2. I mean, you can draw these lines as you go if you want, but I like to do it so I'm ready. Right, focusing on the ones column to start with, as usual. So 9 times 5 is 45, so I need to regroup the 4 and put in the 5. Again, I'm doing it small so it doesn't get in my way in a moment. 9 times 7 is 63, add the 4 is 67. I don't have anything else to multiply afterwards, so I'm going to put in my 67 straight away and cross out that 4. So I've done 9 times 75. 9 times 75. Now I'm moving on to the 8, but remember it's not in the ones column, so it's not worth 8, it's in the tens column, so it's 80. So this is where I'm going to be working out 80 times 75, and so I know that it's multiplied by, it's that 10 times bigger straight away. I'm going to put in that placeholder of 0. Now I can treat this as an 8 because I've already multiplied it by 10. 8 times 5 is 40, regroup the 4, put in the 0. 8 times 7, we did this one a second ago, remember your rhyme, 5, 6, 7, 8, 56 is 7 8, so 56 add 4 is 60, cross out the 4 and you've used it. Now we can add our answers together. 5 add 0 is 5, 7 add 0 is 7, 6 add 0 is 6, this is a nice and easy one, and 6 add 0 is 6. That was a really easy one to add up. So my answer is 6,675. Let's look at one more, and this time it's going to be a 3-digit times a 2-digit number. Still multiplication, and still need to put it into our formal method. So 629 multiplied by 53. Again, I'm going to draw my 4 lines ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which column am I going to start in first? Shout it at the screen. The ones column. So always look at your bottom number, your 2-digit number. I'm going to start with the 3. So 3 times 9 is 27. So regroup the 2, put in the 7. 3 times 2 is 6. Add the 2 is 8. 3 times 6 is 18. I don't have anything else to multiply afterwards, so I can put my 18 straight in. I've multiplied the 3, so I've done 3 times 629. I'm now moving to the tens column, so my 5 is actually worth 50, so I'm going to be working 50 times 629, but I'm going to put in that placeholder of 0 straight away, so it's already 10 times bigger, and I can just treat this as 5 now. 5 times 9 is 45. Regroup the 4, put in the 5. 5 times 2 is 10, add the 4 is 14. Regroup the 10, put in the 4, cross out the 4. 5 times 6 is 30, add the 1 is 31. I'm going to put that straight in because I have no other numbers to multiply. Now I can add my two answers together. 7 add 0 is 7. 8 add 5 is 13. Alright. 8 add 4 is 12. Add 1 is 13. This is where you see where you've regrouped numbers, it starts to get a bit confusing, so you have to put them small so it's really clear. 1 add 1 is 3, and 3 add nothing is 3. So my answer would be 33,337. So what I would like you to do now is, we did all that on the book, I would like you to go into Teams, Year 5 support, assignments, and choose the multiplication grid. So I'll just show you that now. So go into your Teams, click on Year 5 teacher support, up the top assignments, and then you should have, when it comes up, being a bit slow, you should have on your list multiplication quiz. Okay, click on that. Show your workings, or do your workings in your book. You can't work these out without putting them into a column method, and then you just need to type the answer of each one into onto your computer, onto the question. Okay, we can then see everyone that's looked at it, everyone that's completed it, and the amount that you got out of 10. Okay, so you can send a picture through of your workings to your teacher as well if you would like, and we will have a look at the end of the day of everybody that has completed that quiz. So good luck. If there's still something that you don't quite understand, just go rewind this video again, even watch ones from last week if you need to, and just have a few practices in your book and then complete the quiz. Well done Year 5, last week, 1 week to go to a half term. Keep going. See you soon. Bye.